11:30, time for Small Business Support Group. Gosh, we've got a few less people than we've had for several weeks in a row, even the rainy days.
Yeah, let's see. I
Must
wasn't
be
here
too
the
nice
last
outside.
time. Well, it's because I'm here.
Dave's here, right? Well, welcome back. Appreciate having you here. This is a group that helps give you a glimpse, just a glimpse, of what Edge does in its normal twice-a-month meetings. Part of what we do, not everything we do by a long shot. What we do here is we'll take some challenges from businesses, so I'm sure you've got a challenge, so be thinking about a challenge that you may be dealing with business, and offer it to us, and this group then will use a proven procedure to go through it by asking qualifying questions where you get to answer, and then providing what we believe to be the right solution for you to consider. Then you can talk as you're listening to those, because you want to stay in the moment to make sure that you're really listening to the suggestion. And then moving forward, you finally get to say, my takeaways are, I like this, and I'm going to do this. That commitment of you talking about that process is what drives the performance of our Edge teams to create what Terry often says is priceless. He's doubled or tripled or quadrupled his business several times in the time that he's been with our Edge group. But he's not the only one that experiences that. So today, appreciate you all being here. Today we are going to bring you the moderator that I call the professor of values. He calls himself the professor of perspective. But the reason I call it the values is that he is so well read on the motivational aspects of how people keep their mindset in a positive direction, that I list that for myself as values, and I'll let you make up your mind how it works for you. James Eric Ross. I list him as Eric Ross because I like the short names, like Jim with a Y. But James Eric Ross is your moderator today, and you're going to enjoy him. So give him.
Thank you so much. My name is James Eric Ross, and I don't have any enthusiasm or passion about what I do. Of course, that's why I'm very ebullient and passionate for what I do. I am an insurance agent. I have my newest agent here, and most people would rather watch grass grow than talk about insurance, but that's something that I'm passionate for because I'm changing people's lives. My focus is outward. I don't think about myself, as Zig Ziglar taught me. When you help enough people get what they want in their life, you can have everything that you want in your life, and that's what we want to do here. Our purpose is noble, and if you're not on the edge, you're taking up space. EDGE stands for Exceptional Discipline Generates Excellence. So if you're a person of excellence and you really focus on being a person of excellence, then the byproduct of a person of excellence is all of these different things, which are the toys, which is the wife or the kids that are, God-fearing people or what have you. So many people wear themselves out trying to get rich, and that's not what we want to do. So, as he did say, I am a professor of perspective. I'm also an alarm clock, and a lot of people ask me, well, what do you mean your alarm clock? Well, I wake up, and David Kaufman wakes up. I'm very glad to see David, who's been traveling all over God's green earth, but he's here today. I wake people up to their potential. Dave wakes people up to their potential. You have a brilliance within you. We just want to wake that up so that you can then take what your natural ability is. As Dave taught me, you were created to be a creator. So what is it that you're creating? So I want to talk about perspective, and the greatest way to say that is always strive to be first. When someone hears always strive to be first, the first thing they think of is always strive to be first, the first whatever. No, always strive to be first. I've changed my perspective. The first to smile, the first to say I'm sorry, the first to say hello, the first to be that mentor to somebody. And if you were to ask anybody, if they say always strive to be first, I think of Talladega Nights with Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, ... right? You're last, which is not true. we do a little bit of this, what I call a teaching before we get into it, because I want you to understand that EDGE is not only about overcoming the challenges, and I want to read something to you that I wrote from Simon Sinek so that John, who's here for the first time, be able to understand why is it that we do what we do. People don't care what John does, people care why John does it. So let me read this to you. We believe that the backbone of America is made up of the innovative, trailblazing solopreneur and small business owner. We dream of a safe haven where these hardworking risk takers can come to help one another, but most importantly, be helped. Our vision is to equip these individuals with the tools and guidance necessary that will lead them towards phenomenal success. The way that we accomplish this is through bi-monthly strategy sessions where a business owner can present a challenge or an issue, and the group then masterminds viable solutions to that problem or that challenge. We have created a safe haven, inclusive groups of people that embrace a caring and sharing model. This is the foundation upon which joy and abundance rest. We create confident, savvy business people thoroughly equipped to give and grow. Would you like to become one? So part of what we do is that mastermind piece, but another piece of that is to help you understand, as Jim said, I am a gleaner. I love people like Dr. Dyer and Zig Ziglar and Tom Hopkins, and the list goes on, and Charlie and I were talking about it. But to be able to take this information and pull it out and take notes on it, there's probably 70 pages of notes in here, that I can boil down what Dr. Dyer is saying about excuses be gone, and then help you to change that to get to where Terry or my business has exploded since I've come on board with EDGE. So we talk about perspective, and you can look at things differently. And what Dyer says is when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Now that is a universal truth. I didn't make that up. So you have to understand the intention or the power of perspective. The second piece is intention. Intentionality is, when I came here today, I'm not winging this. This is something that's important to me because as a teacher, I'm held to a higher standard, aren't I? So I want to be able to give information to you that you can utilize right away. So my intention is very well thought out. I'm intentional about everything that I do because everything is important. Have you ever heard someone say, don't sweat the small stuff? Okay. You need to sweat the small stuff because my tagline is anything is possible, everything is important. I don't care what you do, a smile, a talk, or whatever. And the EDGE really does go through that, not only from an interpersonal standpoint, because we might see people that have an issue interpersonally and we'll address that with them, just like a discipleship partner or a mentor should. And the last part is attention. I'm going to tell you a little story. I went to Chipotle, which I love Chipotle. But the workers there, they're like robot zombies. They never paid attention to me. They were just doing their little assembly line thing. And I said to the girl as she was looking out, when she was catching me, I went like this. Look at me. I'm not a robot. I am a human being going to enjoy your food, because people don't always remember what you say, Christine, but they always remember the way that they make you feel. That's what you remember. 12% of what you remember in an hour conversation, you only hold 12%. Now, John, he's a sharp guy. He was in the NFL. He might remember 20%. But that means that 80% of whatever I said, or what Dave says, or what Jim says, is lost somewhere. True? But they'll all 100% always remember how I made you, Dave made you feel. So I hope you're feeling good right now. So that is a little bit of the segue into, that took a couple of minutes, but I think it's important, don't you?
Yes.
Do you think that that is something that you can really focus on? That perspective is key. One more story. My cousin told me this. She said, when you are in a situation and you hear someone, like your friend, oh, I've got to go pick up my daughter. I've got to get to work. No, let's change that O to an E and say, I get to pick up my daughter because I have a kid. I get to go to work because I am employed. In that perspective, so if you change your perspective, you will change your life. So it's a great segue into, and I do see some new faces. It's great to see you, Dr. John, but I see some other people too. One of the things that Jim talked about, it's important that you surround yourself with people that are interested in your success. And you know those people. I had a discussion with a woman the other day, and she said, we need to have a one-to-one. And I'm like, hey, that's great, because you need to know about this, my company, and you need to know about this so that you can help me. And she's got it all backwards, doesn't she? If you approach people like that, and you approach them with me, buy my stuff, what's your efficacy? What is your result? It's not going to be very good, I don't think. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, yeah, I get it, but you can turn people off that way too, can't you? So another part of edge is that when you do feel that you don't know how to be a conversationalist, that you don't know how to talk or engage someone, well, we'll help you do that. That's not a problem. And I really appreciate Jim, and I was just sharing this with him today, is that when people go through challenges, just like a child, just like you have children, and they get into a mess, don't leave them in the mess. Help them out. That's what we want to do. Not that we're parents to these people, but we're mentors to these people. We are held at a higher standard, but we want to help people, because the more people we help, then that goes forward and it really pushes edge, and it pushes empowering small business. And I'm very excited. Dave wanted me to announce this, and I want to announce it too, that we're going to have a seminar at Sea coming up in November. And it's November 13th through the 17th, and I'm going to be on that boat, so you definitely want to be there if you want to get some of that enthusiasm and ebullience from James Eric Ross. But Dave is going to be there, and we also, Dave Kaufman is probably one of the most humble people I've ever met. That's why I love him. But he is one of 42 Ziegler certified speakers internationally. And to say that you are certified, that Zig's companies put that stamp on you, that's a pretty powerful thing. We also have Michelle Prince, who has about the same, if not more energy than I do, which you can imagine that, because you could plug Michelle in and power parish. That's how much energy she has. And then Philip Hatfield, who's gone through a lot of struggles and adversity in his life, but through adversity comes opportunity. That's perspective. If you look at everything as an obstacle instead of a stepping stone, you're going to have a problem in this world, operating in this universe. So come with us. What a great opportunity to go see Cozumel. I don't know if you've ever been to the Yucatan Peninsula. I've been there before. It's absolutely stunning, but to be fed. And when you're fed, you will continue to come back because you're getting that which you need in order to succeed. True? True. Awesome. So I hope that I would love to see you on that cruise. All in, I mean, $657 double occupancy per person. It's so inexpensive, and it takes out of Tampa. So if you want to come with me, I'll give you a ride up there, and then we'll go. So now we've got about.
MC, by the way.
I'm going to be the MC, and we've got about 45 minutes to go through a challenge. Anybody that's new or someone that we've heard in the past, if you'd like to discuss that challenge, just what Jim said, that you would announce what the challenge is, that someone would then quantify or then restate that challenge, and then we'll give answers to that. We'll ask questions, and then during the question period you can talk, but during the solution period you can't. So who has a challenge that they'd like to talk about today regarding anything, interpersonally, business-wise? Business is always good. John, do you have anything that's going on in your life that we could help you out with?
Well, for me personally, I have a lot of knowledge. I don't quite have the direction.
Okay.
You know, a lot of experience, but putting it together from my work experience into what I want to do. You know, what I want to do is, my sole purpose in life is to help people get what they want, provided they want it. You know, I'm kind of a honest to brutally honest person. So you're either working toward it or you're not. And I'm from a sports background, so you do get half committed people. But talk is one thing, and doing is another. And so it's a matter of just channeling everything into one ball, and that's where I am.
Can someone restate his challenge the way that you heard it? Because I want to make sure that, John, I really appreciate you doing that. It took guts to say that, because a lot of people, because of pride, won't share that. Can someone restate what John said? I will. What John said was, he has a lot of knowledge, and I hear people say knowledge is power. No, knowledge isn't power, because I know a lot of people that are knowledgeable that drive around a 76 AMC Gremlin and live with their mom. So that's not power. Applied knowledge is power. So you have that knowledge and you have an understanding, but what you're missing is what I call the sequence. The sequence is what Andy Andrews said: when you go to Lowe's and you want to grow a Meyer lemon tree, that there are specific steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you follow those steps correctly, the end result will be a luscious Meyer lemon. But there's no standard, as Andy Andrews talks about, there's no standard for what John is talking about. The standard of, how do I be a successful entrepreneur? Is there a standard for that? How do I be a successful parent, or a successful husband, or a successful friend? There is no standard for that. We do what we think, and we have all these people, these avatars, as I call them, like Dr. Dyer, that share information with us, but subjective, isn't it? Because if your perspective is different, then, so what I want to know from you is that what it is? Is it the steps? Is it the sequence that you feel that you're missing? You have the knowledge, you have an ethereal sense of what it is that you want to accomplish, but you don't know how to go about doing that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because most of my life, everything's been done for me.
Give me an example.
Well, if I wanted something done in the computer, I go to the computer guy. If I wanted something done in video, I go to the video guy. You know, but when it came down to, you know, one-on-one personal problems and situations, they came to me.
Okay.
So what I do, I don't know how to do it.
Because you weren't practicing that which would make you better in that area. Is that what you're saying? You know, like you went to the video guy, so you never really got the chance to learn how to do the video, because you'd always say, hey, do it for me.
Yeah. He always had a team that worked with him. But what I hear, if I may,
No,
what I hear him say is he knows what to do with people to help them to fulfill your mission, but you don't know what niche, or you don't have the mechanics